I remember that walking on the beach like this was something that my mom, Nancy, really loved to do. And, you know, putting together, looking through some old clips and photos to put together this tribute really brought back a flood of memories like that. And, you know, way too many to document in a 20-minute, half-hour tribute. So I'm going to focus on just two themes of things in her life that really had a positive impact on her children and grandchildren. And one of those is her love of beautiful places to live and to visit. All through her adult life, she was very much of a mover, only staying in any one place for maybe a few years and then moving on. And she found many, many very beautiful places to live.
So we're going to play Scrabble here. Still waiting for Andrea's arrival. How good of a Scrabble player are you?
I'm pretty hot. So you spotted that shirt in the closet, huh? I've been using acrylic paint to thin it out enough, but it still makes it somewhat stiff.
Yeah, it's kind of stiff.
T-shirt material, it's fine. But see,
With that, it's a little too stiff.
well, but this part is,
yeah, but
where I've used it really thick in this, but this part where I use it thin in it.
So here it is, Christmas Day at Nancy's. So what are you preparing?
We're going to have prime rib roast,
Uh-huh.
mashed potatoes, peas and onions, chutney, raspberry sorbet, Toll House cookies, and some wonderful wine.
Okay, it's the day after Christmas, 1988. How long have you been here at this place?
Just since June.
Uh-huh.
One thing about this place is that it's close enough so that I don't feel reluctant to drive into town. I feel as if I'm slowly, gradually building up some new relationships and so on like that. Eventually, I can live here and still have people in my life that I don't yet have. Well, it's time for the show, everybody.
What show? What show?
The fun show. The cloud show.
Oh.
My show.
Just take the base and the foothills of it.
Yep.
It's gorgeous.
Kipper, look over there. Don't get the... Thank you. My favorite. Best screenplay I've ever read.
Play it again.
Yeah. Balloons. You want me to cut those out too? Okay. Oh, hey, look at the birthday cake. You gotta put that up there. Birthday cake. The candles on it. See that?
Oh, she was blowing out the candle.
Oh, blowing out the candle. Oh, I didn't see that. Hey, is it small? There's a lot. It's bigger than a real watch, isn't it? Pretty big. Oh, well.
Oceanfront like this was definitely her favorite. I remember when we first arrived in Hawaii in the 60s, we lived oceanfront in Honolulu. We had, a beach right at our front door in Honolulu. I have many great memories of my childhood there, but of course, as a kid I didn't realize just how good I had it. And then later on in the late 60s, she had a wonderful place out in Hauula on the northern tip of the island, windward side, very lush and tropical, just gorgeous. And then later on, in the 80s, she had a wonderful oceanfront house in Mokuleia on the North Shore. Many fond memories there. And she couldn't always live right on the ocean, of course, but she would almost always find some kind of beauty if it wasn't the ocean, such as, for example, her riverfront houses in California and Oregon.
Oh, I just discovered this thing.
Niagara! Doesn't it look kind of like Niagara?
Yeah, in miniature. Hi.
Go get him. Go get him. Go get your Uncle Kipper. Go get your Uncle Kipper. Here, sweetheart. You gotta get your... You got yours. For goodness sake. Here. Now you can do it. See? Now you can do it.
I just leave for San Francisco. This time I mean it. I heard her say.
Well, you can see why you love driving on it.
Yeah. With you in. She thinks she gets mad at me because I'm reluctant to go on her road. Well, you can understand, yeah. Hey, Natasha. Are you looking rosy-cheeked? See the doggies. Let's go see the doggies. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough life.
It's a tough life, yeah. Yeah. Well, this year decided to come for at least 3 months, so I'll do that.
Guys gotta make a living.
Music's probably drowning out what we're saying. Okay, so long from Oregon.
Yeah. Oh, bye-bye.
I think that being around all of this beauty, both living with her growing up and then later on as adults with all of the time we passed and visiting her, really gave us an appreciation of the finer things in life, the non-material things in life. Now, one place that she lived in that probably had the biggest impact of all was when we lived in this little town in Spain for a total of 2 years in the 1970s and 80s. And this was just, in addition to being like one of the most exotically beautiful places that she'd ever lived in, it was also just, we were totally immersed in the culture there, you know. There was hardly any, basically there were no foreigners there, no English spoken, so we were just totally immersed in the culture. And as a result, we've developed a very, very strong connection with the town, to the point where now I have 3 blood relatives that were born in Kalamunda. And my sister, Andrea, has been living there the past 20 years. Now, interestingly, Nancy didn't really develop as strong of a connection as we did, and I think that was primarily because of the language barrier. You know, it's always easier to learn a language when you're young, like we were. But she did very much love it there, and just her discovering Spain and taking us to this town just was a wonderful gift for us. That, you know, we're always going to try to do that. Probably the place that had the second biggest impact on us was when she lived in the spectacularly beautiful Puna district of the Big Island of Hawaii. You know, it wasn't as big of an impact for me as it was for my sister and her daughter, because I was only able to visit there a few times. So for me, the impact was mainly that I just saw some spectacularly beautiful places and hiking trails.
Amazing. You know, and tropical plants are, most of them are self-propagating. They don't need a male and female. They just they just recreate themselves.
They are like
and so they can go twice as fast as
hermaphroditas.
What's the name of this island?
Reed Island.
Reed
It's
Island.
the best secret.
This is
Yeah.
an island in the river.
Yeah, we're on a little island in the middle of the river.
Really?
Yeah. Who needs all this foliage anyway?
Yeah.
Size of the
I don't know if you can see any water,
Well, probably not from here.
but you know, it comes right along there. Yeah, that's what this, you know, all the sides are going to look like that. Yeah. I mean, there's going to be an entranceway here in front.
Sorry, one more time with the
¿Qué te parece?
Qué buen sitio para sentarse a ver las puestas de sol.
Nancy's stay on the Big Island had a bigger impact on my sister Andrea and her daughter Natasha, because they lived nearby in the same district for most of the time that Nancy was there. And Nancy really helped out with taking care of Natasha while Andrea worked and attended college. And the already strong bond that had been developing between Natasha and her really, you know, grew especially tight during this time.
So you have new friends.
Here's some raspberries.
Whoa, wild ones?
Yep.
Raspberry?
We went to the raspberry bush. They have them up there.
Where?
We walked. You know Claire's dog, Panda? We took him for a walk and we found this raspberry bush.
It's right in a
raspberry.
vacant lot someplace?
Yeah, where's a bowl for this?
Is this big
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Gee, I love raspberries.
Raspberries. They're
Rasp-
not They're not raspberries.
Yeah, they're raspberries.
They're not raspberries. They're
Raspberries.
no, taste them.
So you saved the best room for you, right?
Say the best room for you.
Yeah.
What? You want to see the cake?
Hey,
No.
I'm here.
No, there's no cake.
There's no cake.
Oh, there's no cake. Oh, okay.
No, there's no cake.
Okay.
Grandma said, when the kids would say, "How do you spell Mississippi?" and then they would say, "Aha, you said pee-pee."
And then it goes IPPI, so everybody ha 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 ha.
Like pee-pee.
Silly.
5, 6, 7, 8.
But mostly her time on the Big Island reminds me of the second theme I have for this tribute. And that's just how very smart and creative she was. She was always very good in school growing up. She became a member of the Mensa Society. She was a professor of English as a second language at the University of Hawaii. She wrote a lot of books. And she was always pretty active with doing arts and crafts like the collages that you saw. But it seems like when she was on the Big Island, her creativity flourished like never before. There was the house that she designed and had built for her, for one thing, but there was also several of her friends from university days came to live there. So she had that intellectual stimulation, and she made several new friends that were artists and writers, and their artwork adorns the walls of our house today. And she herself became much more into doing art, not just kind of arts and crafts, but more serious art.
Oh, wow.
That's a nice drawing. Look at that.
Nice.
Look at his long legs and his birthday. Is that a birthday cake?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
His
that's
chocolate birthday cake.
That's supposed to be the stairs going up.
That's supposed to be the stairs.
Oh, that's terrific.
Okay, now the next one is this one.
Whoa.
Oh, upside down.
Ah.
Let's see. To her from Natasha.
I'm really filming it.
Yeah, cool. Just do what you did and stop.
Let me take off my glasses if I'm being videotaped, because I want to look as glamorous as possible. Sit up. We're being
Okay, thank you.
Hello. Hello, Mom.
Hello.
I mean, I've been arguing with my mother about religion many times because she has been Catholic only because it was what it was. It's like that, They teach her like it's like that, and it has to be like that.
I feel that there's probably, the very fact of consciousness or something, it wants to continue to expand. And so if you're at the level where you can't even have a meal or something like that, all of your efforts go towards
Exactly.
that.
Okay, here we are, the original group from Calon.
30 years later.
20 years.
Well, 20 years since the last time we were there. Keep it still.
Can you sing a song?
Is Francisco in the picture?
Yeah.
Okay,
Francisco,
well anyway,
everyone?
just to get a record of us all together.
All right, bye-bye. We're
Bye.
gonna go.
So with all of this flourishing that she had on the Big Island, and having all of her old friends there, and all of her artistic expansion, I really thought that she had finally found her final place and she was not going to move anymore. But things happened and it was not to be. And so she came back to this beach that I'm walking on. And it's very fitting that we're going to scatter her ashes tonight in the waters off of this beach, because she ended up spending more of her life on Eva Beach than any other place, like a full 20 years. She had those two places in the late 80s and early 90s that you saw earlier. And then after the Big Island, she had two other places before she ended up in this house. And this house is a place where she has lived the longest of any single place. A full 9 years in one house. And I had the privilege of sharing it with her along with my wife and child. So it really kind of came full circle for me, going back to the days of my childhood, being with her all the time. She got to see her granddaughter grow up. The Spain connection was intensified with many visits from the Spanish relatives. And it was just a wonderful way for her to, you know, end her days.
Hello. Hola.
Gesundheit. Salud. Salud.
Hello.
You just want to say hi.
Thank you. Hi, Nancy. Have a seat. Please. I'm the oldest. Please. One of my favorite dishes.
Cheers. Salud.
Cheers. I didn't get yours, Skipper.
Nico, cheers.
The Powerpuff Girls.
Hi.
Yummy with ice, right?
Cheers, Grandma.
Do you remember when we first met? I sure do. It was sometime in early September. Well, you were lazy about it. You made me wait around. I was so crazy about you, I didn't mind. So I was late for class. I locked my back to yours. It wasn't hard to find. You painted flowers on it. Guess that I was afraid that if you rolled away, you might not roll back my direction real soon. Well, I was crazy about you then and now, but the craziest thing of all, over 10 years have gone by. You're still mine, we're locked in time. Let's rewind. Do you remember when we first moved in together? The piano took up the living room. You play me boogie woogie, I play you love songs. You'd say we're playing house, now you still say we are. We built our getaway up in a tree we found. We felt so far away, but we were still in town. Now I remember watching that old tree burn down. I took a picture that I don't like to look at. Well, all these times they come and go, and alone don't seem so long. Over 10 years have gone by. We can't rewind, we're locked in time, but you're still mine. Do you remember?
Here we are. Another Hawaiian sunset.
This dog is like super big dog, right? Kipper's size, bro. He was massive. He was tied up, dog. He would have died, huh? He would have died. Like, you got this pup that was exactly the same as this dog.
Here's to the moon.
Yeah.
what's going to happen.
Come look at the decorations.
Oh my goodness.
Look, what is that number? 92.
Happy birthday. Oh my.
Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nana. Happy birthday to you.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Nico and Pablo and Andrea did this.
Love you.
Many, many more.
The loved one that you lose is always going to be there for you, and no matter where you are, that they're watching you and they're with you, so you're never alone. And yeah, that's the message I wanted to give. Thank you so much.
When I was a child, I walked the streets, they see me growing up, and we are all I need. I see me myself through all the years, it's like it's in my teeth. I think what he's given me, the smiles and the memories, but now he's not here to hold me. In the light of the blue sky, I'm not alone to fight. I'll never regret what I do. We're a million miles apart, and this hole in my heart, like an empty bottle to be thrown. I can make it straight, but I know I'm not. I know that I'm never alone. I know I'm never alone. I know that I'm never alone. Never alone. Never alone. Instead of watching you